said, let's go down.
Let's go down.
Let's go down, Rebels. Morning.
Good morning, Rebels.
Cafe.
Warm.
So we're gonna try something a little bit different. We haven't fully featured an area yet, and got a lot of good footage of Oaxaca, and we want to share that with y'all.
We've really enjoyed our time here. There's an airplane going over. Every time I try to speak, this happens.
It's one major airport in Oaxaca, it seems, with like 2 runways.
Yeah.
So anyway, you were saying.
What?
We're gonna feature something.
Oh, it's a beautiful morning. It's chilly here in Oaxaca. This video, we're gonna talk about Oaxaca. Talk about traveling to Oaxaca.
So we flew into Oaxaca from Cancun Airport. Oh my God, Cancun Airport.
Cancun Airport, crazy, y'all. A nightmare.
Yeah.
Crowded. It was confusing.
But Oaxaca Airport seemed fine on the way in.
Oaxaca seemed chill.
It's always easier on the arrival. When you get there, there's taxis right across the street. From what I understand too, if you go a little bit further, there's some other taxis that might be a little bit cheaper. Or you could do like we did, and we had our Airbnb host actually come pick us up and paid them instead, just because we kind of came in late at night. We weren't sure about how taxis were going to be, but it shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, plus we weren't sure where exactly our Airbnb was located. It was dark, it's hilly, we had no idea where we were going, so it was just best to get Pablo to come pick us up.
Alright, so we got a lot to discuss. This might be a little bit all over the place, but we got a list, so we're going to just go through it and talk a little bit about each thing. Art and graffiti. Thoughts?
Dope.
Very dope.
There is art everywhere in this town. All you have to do is just look around.
Yeah.
The street corners, some are like big beautiful murals, some are really just small like graffiti street art that's just been tagged on the side of a building. Some are political, some tell these massive stories. I mean, just stunning and breathtaking. Also too, the courtyards, like walking around El Centro and walking around neighborhoods, like if you get a chance, just peek into a courtyard or two, because there's just some stunning courtyards hidden behind what looks like rundown buildings, and they're not.
And I think something to do with taxes too. Avoid them taxes.
Taxation is
Depending the outside of your house versus the inside, so you see quite a bit of that. The outside may not look the best, but the inside looks amazing. Street art's great. There's also a ton of artisans inside markets, inside brick and mortar shops, outside of Oaxaca even. You go outside some of the villages and they usually specialize in one main thing. We went to a couple with Cultures Unlimited that we did the Day of the Dead stuff with. One was Casa Negra. They do pretty much exclusively this like black clay. It doesn't come out, the clay doesn't come out of the ground looking black, but when you fire it in the kiln, which is done all naturally, it all comes out black or like polished like a dark silver almost. We got shown kind of how they do that. We talked to one of the main artisans there, who's actually an archaeologist as well. He was really able to equate the history to the pottery. Only the native people of that area are allowed to pull the black clay from the ground. No one else can do it. Power back to the people, power back to the natives.
Another pueblo that we went to specialized in copal wood carvings. The totems, they have a certain name for them. I forget.
It's not the Alebrijes. Those are something different.
Alebrijes are just kind of mythological, magical creatures.
It's more modern, contemporary art. These are more the traditional tonos.
Presentations of your spirit guides and spirit animals. Yeah, it was really neat.
Yeah, awesome neighborhood. We're here in the weeks surrounding Dia de Muertos. We did a video on that earlier. If you haven't watched that, go check that out. There's a ton of festivals and stuff apparently that happen in Oaxaca. There's a radish festival in like late December, early January that we might be back for. There's always something going on.
There's music in the air all the time here. Hanging out on the patio, winding down for the night, and you'll hear music coming up from the streets, and I just absolutely love that about this town.
Get into it.
The check.
Yeah, let's just go down the line.
Yeah.
So the check.
They don't ask you if you're ready for the check. They won't just bring you the check presuming that you're done eating. They will ask, like, if you're done with your plate, since they will ask you, todo bien, con permiso, you have to ask for the check. La cuenta, por favor, podemos pagar. Like, you have to request to pay. For them to bring you the check is considered quite rude. So that is one expectation when you come to Mexico. Just be prepared to ask for the check, and don't assume that they're gonna bring it to you when they think you're ready to go.
They're not necessarily trying to flip tables like they do in the States, and if it is busy and they're trying to do that, they might just ask you if everything's good a few times.
Nobody rushes anybody in Mexico, especially in Oaxaca. Don't expect your service to be super fast. Make sure that you're not super starving. If you're super starving, grab a snack on like street foods and then go eat.
They'll also bring whatever's ready first, so you might not get your meals at the same time. If that's normal, eat it while it's fresh.
Share bites of food.
Yeah, share food.
Totally worth experiencing all the foods that Oaxaca has to offer. The food here is incredible. Check versus cash.
Cash is always king. Brick and mortar places are more likely to take card.
Most places will tell you when you walk in the door whether it's cash only. When out in the markets, cash gives you more bargaining power than card.
Yeah, but try to have smaller bills and trying to give exact amounts.
Exact change is always greatly appreciated here. The other day we were in the market. It was busy. We were trying to buy some copal. The lady, saw that we had quite a few bills. So, and it could have easily been lost in translation, a mistake, but she charged us double of what she originally, triple. It was triple of what she originally said, because she did not want to go find change. And then we had the proper change, and we're like, okay, just give us the bill back. And then she somehow upped the price another 100 pesos.
And that's only been once. It's rare.
It is rare.
Be on your toes.
But it does happen. So having exact change is really helpful.
Sorry, you got more?
No, that's all I had to say about that.
Okay.
Also tip in cash if you can.
There's so many people here trying to keep up during Day of the Dead, but then we found out and we saw that there was some protests going on with the trash collectors, and they weren't getting paid enough, something like that. So they decided to dump a bunch of trash in the Zocalo and out in the streets and not collect it. It definitely got attention. Who's not going to pay attention to that? Everybody, people that live here, expats, locals, were all like, this is embarrassing. Mm-hmm. One day it was trash everywhere, the next day everything was picked up. We don't want to harp too much on it because we get it, and we don't want to present Oaxaca like that. It's not like that.
No.
But there's stuff going on. It's complicated sometimes.
And it has been cleaned since then. And now the Zocalo's back to scrubbed clean, smells nice, looks beautiful again. It's just that, Mexicans they're a very passionate, proud people. They take pride in the things that they do. And when they feel like they're not getting what they deserve, they will stand up, they will protest, they will call attention to it, and I think that's incredibly admirable.
You gotta stick up for what's right, and see definitely a lot of protests in the Zocalo, stuff like that. I think for one of the first few days we came here, we saw protests going on, but it was very peaceful.
Speaking of passionate people.
Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. Oh, okay.
There's an airplane. Don't be surprised if you see people making out on the street.
Or in the restaurant.
Or wherever.
It don't matter. They feel so inclined and feel so...
into it?
Get into it. Alright, food. That's my passion. Food. Eat the friggin' food. Eat it everywhere.
Be adventurous.
Just try it. We got crickets. They got all sorts of different kinds of crickets. They're so good. They're a really good treat. They do them all sorts of flavors. They put them in food. You can just eat them by themselves. Just eat anything and everything you can find.
Treat yourself to some chocolate de agua, chocolate de leche. The Oaxacan chocolate is my favorite thing on the entire planet.
They add a foam to the chocolate, just brings out so much flavor.
And the foam has a purpose too. Like, the reason why they froth it and foam it is so that the foam reaches to the heavens and reaches to the gods. So when you consume chocolate, you hold it with both hands, you revere it, because it's special, and it's a connection to the gods and to the earth, which makes me love it even more. And all the food in Oaxaca so far is delicious, incredible, and I can't say that enough.
And there's markets too. You get a lot of really good food at the market. Pick up if you like to cook, have a place to cook, do it. Find some new flavors, try it out.
The moles in the market are incredible.
We had a guy that we met here who's quickly become a friend, going to market a couple times. Love, shout out, and come back and cooked us a meal. And
Incredible
that's
meals.
Oh my god, yeah.
This fish, y'all, I'm gonna show you a picture.
Very good, very flavorful.
This man knows the way to my heart. Okay.
So expectations of business hours and names. They
Don't
might
have any.
Yeah, they just don't.
Have no expectations when you come to Oaxaca. No expectations on speed of service. No expectations that your favorite restaurant should be open when you think it should be open, because I promise you one day it will not be open.
Yeah.
So,
But if you're flexible, pretty much any day, anytime, there's something open. Walk another block or two and you'll find something.
it is kind of looked down and somewhat frowned upon if you start drinking before noon.
It's better than 4 or 5 o'clock.
Totally okay to have a mezcal at noon 30, and we have had a few, and it's been fabulous.
Yeah, the mezcal.
Drink the mezcal, people. There's several different types of mezcal. Esperin, Reposado, our favorite that we found,
Tobola.
Also, there's industrial mezcal, artisanal mezcal,
Ancestral.
and ancestral
Is
mezcal.
that the three? Yeah.
That is the 3 types of mezcal. We have not had any ancestral mezcal yet.
We've heard that's the
Yes.
piece de resistance.
And we are on a mission to find some when we go to Puerto Escondido. Follow us along that mission to find some ancestral mezcal.
Herb. We want to talk about herb. Can we talk about herb?
I don't know.
If that's something you're looking for, just keep your eyes open, you'll find it.
It's very easy. I also wouldn't go, if it comes to you, it comes to you. It's there, but you know, whenever you go looking for things that are not completely 100% legal, you open yourself up for things that could happen.
And don't travel with it,
No.
even domestically.
No. Just know that the universe will provide if you need that for your medicine.
Other than that, we've had a great time in Oaxaca. We're still going to be staying in the state of Oaxaca, so stay tuned for more of that.
Love urban Oaxaca. It's beautiful. It's fabulous.
We'll be back.
We've made some really great friends here in Oaxaca and here at this hostel, and I know that some of the people that we met that we will probably stay in touch with forever and meet them out in the world, and we can't wait to see you guys again. But now Mama needs a beach.
We got some special ones lined up for you.
We're about to get on a night bus, travel to Puerto Escondido. Stay tuned.